Okay, now we're on the Vault of Knowledge. And this level, kind of like Valley, is you need to play twice through to collect everything. Or you can be kind of clever about it. So you at least need to play the first level twice through. So first we're going to get 1 star that's right here at the beginning. And the problem is, and I forgot to show it very well, for the first emote in this area, you need an emote that is available on the second level of the vault. So you cannot get this first emote before you have visited the next level of the vault, unless you have help from friends who already have the emote you need. So the emote you collect on the second level is a telekinesis emote. And that is the emote you need for this first door. So if you go over here, I don't have telekinesis, but my friends here do. So I got their help to, and it'll show gray there. If you try to look at one of those stones, you'll see a gray emote that says you have not learned to do this yet. And that's what he's doing over there. So I should have gone to it so you could see the emote grayed out, but I didn't. So basically, you need help from other people, or you need to visit the second level first to get that emote, which is also behind the boulders, and then come back down. So through this doorway is pray. That's an emote you also need on the 4th level. So the way to really do this your first time, assuming you meet 3 other players at least, is either have 4 friends who already have the emote with you, which I did here, or you go to the second level with 3 others, get that emote, and then go back home, go somewhere else to reset vault, and then go back to vault 1st floor, because you need pray to get the emotes later too. So you want to have pray before you keep going, if you can. That's the way to do it. And it's probably easiest to go to the second level, wait for 3 other players to help you open that door, which doesn't need a special emote. And then, there's a chat table up there, and you can chat and say, hey, can you help me go back to the bottom level of vault? And that used to happen quite frequently in the early beta, is you would end up doing that at that table. It's almost like that table was put there for that purpose. Hey, can we go back downstairs? Nowadays, though, you have to go somewhere else to clear the beginning of vault. Otherwise, you'll just go right back to the second level rather than the first. So you need to go to some other level so that you reset the vault beginning, so that you can go back down to the first level. So you kind of need to arrange that with those people if they're willing to, and then go back to the first level and do the first level again. So really, you only have to repeat that puzzle. And I was lucky here because somebody had already done that puzzle for me, so I'm just going to go out here and be able to go to the second level immediately. So that's pray. This is an emote you need for a lot of things. You need it not only for an emote that you get later on in this level in Vault. You also need it for the special treat in Prairie that's up at that 8-player puzzle. So you need pray for a couple of things. So now we're going to continue up. And I could have done it the other way, but I just didn't feel like wasting time going back down and everything. So again, to get through that door, you need the emote that we're going to get next on the second level of Vault, the second floor of Vault. Okay, so there's another 4-person door up here, and this just doesn't require any special emote, but does require 4 people to work kind of in sync. Somehow we got this level partly activated as well, not sure how. There are some candles in here. I tried to keep the candle farming to a minimum doing this run through, which was kind of hard habit. Okay, so you just need to open that door together. And see, there's the chat table right there. It's a big giant table that has a candle on top you can light and chat, and that's where often after collecting this emote you realize, oh, this is the emote I needed downstairs. So you then chat with people real, you only have a limited time, but real quick common conversation is you want to go back down to the bottom level and get that emote now, or open that door now. So it's a done thing. It was done a lot. We did that a lot as veteran players with new players in the beta. A lot when it was clear that somebody didn't have that emote downstairs too. And especially since prey is needed for that 8 gate, it's really, was really important that we help people get prey. And so it's a nice thing to do is if you notice a player does not have prey, come up here, get them this one, and then say, hey, do you want to go back downstairs? And then explain how to do it, that you need to go somewhere else first. And see, there's the emote you need for downstairs. So now then you would go downstairs, get that emote, and then come back up. But I don't have to do that this time. Because that prey one it's hard, because finding those people that have that emote that can help you in, it's hard to get randomly. It is hard to get randomly, because you're going to end up with a lot of new players who don't have it either, rather than end up with 4 veteran players who do have it. So now the 3rd level, or 3rd floor of Vault, we have 1 emote and 1 star, and the emote quest pretty much takes you straight to where the star is. I am going to stop and do these little trees here, where you light some candles to grow some light trees. First I'm going to fall. It's a little hard to see in here. It's also really challenging to light something from the middle, so that when you don't have a free hand, it can be really hard to light anything. Some candle clusters are worse than others, it seems. You can see the star there now. But first I'm going to light the trees and get my emote. And this emote is a stance. It's hands folded in front. And I don't really like this glow on these emotes when you collect them, these spirits. It's so bright that you can't see what they're doing sometimes. Some are okay and some are really bad. This one's really bright, so you have no idea what you're actually collecting until you do it yourself. There's that tree growing. The star is very obvious there, or the winged light. Oof. And down to do, this is probably the most annoying puzzle we've got in the vault. So fourth level of vault, and this one is a completely redone level. It used to look completely different, and they redid it. Everything, the things that are here are still here, but they've moved. Everything has changed as far as where everything is and how it all looks. So it's really pretty cool. As an old beta tester, it was pretty neat to see this redone completely. It's very beautiful. So there's our first star. our only star here. There's 5 total in vaults. This was our 3rd. And I'm looking to get, because I didn't want to accidentally connect to somebody else and have them activate this for me, so I'm looking to get the ghost man to call first. And it's over here. It's really hard to see these platforms, but there is a little bit of light on them so you can see. And this is another emote that, it's like the whale call in a forest, that one person activates it for everybody in the area. So anybody else who needs this emote is going to get it when I activate it here. And you can see the little icon button right there is yellow, which means I do have that emote. And that's the same way that the telekinesis one will appear at the bottom floor. If you don't have it, it's gray and says you have not learned to do this yet. And then when you do have it, it's yellow and you can do it and actually do what it says, do that emote. Just like pray in certain places, you have to actually tap the icon to do the emote. You can't just pull it from your emote menu. So that manta call is the one we got in Valley. That's the one I needed in order to activate that one. That's seasonal candles. So here's our other emote, also up on a little island up here. With these stone steps. The camera is pulling. I don't like the way it does that. It's like saying, hey, look here. Well, let me look around myself. But they tend to do that. TGC is doing that a lot in this game, and it's really kind of aggravating. Making you look somewhere. But then, honestly, being part of the Facebook and seeing some of the questions people were asking, oh my God. Yeah, they almost have to babysit handhold you because people can't do it themselves. Okay, so here's where we need the pray. I have to tap the button and get the pray. And this one you have to do yourself. Someone else cannot get it for you. Oops, I knocked him out of position. So if you don't have pray, you won't be able to get this emote. And this emote is the levitate emote, or some people are calling the meditate emote, but it's a levitate emote. Meditate is something else, and TGC uses that word, so I hate to use it for this emote. It's the levitate. It's a meditation, but in the air. And this one's we got the chat table instrument. I cut some time out of that because it's a long wait for that thing to light up all the way. There's levitate. And the upgrade to this one is laying down in the air. One of them is a cloud with a cloudy bed. And there the emote goes up to its temple, which this level doesn't really have a temple. It's more of just the top of it. Okay, so then we're on to do this puzzle, which is a little bit easier, looking for a manta. The little lanterns are on the mantas here, ghost mantas. I still have funky issues with people in the floor on these, in the platform. With this level, you can either, no, I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself. This one has 1 star, which is a pain in the butt to get to sometimes. So I cut out my 16 attempts before I managed to do it. So there's 1 star on this level, no emotes. You see another big, huge creature, light creature. And that red candle up there you see is a seasonal candle that you've seen in my inventory. So the star is, you can't quite see it, it's on the other side of one of these bone things. My problem is that you lose the ability, it throws you into open wing mode automatically. I just noticed I did have closed wing I could have changed to. So there's that star. So this level here, you can either take the mantas up, or you can just wait for the platform to go up. The platform goes up as well to the final area. So you can always just sit on the platform and wait for it to take you up. The mantas are a little bit faster. So here's our island up above us here, which is where the elder is. And we have 1 more star to collect. Along with some candles up here. And then we visit the elder to send our spirits to the sky and be able to access their cosmetics. And then it's on to the final level, which is, I'm going to do that walkthrough a little bit different than the rest of these because there are no emotes to collect, but there are stars. So that's it for the vault, and then on to Eye of Eden.